on the substance or the grounds that I will call a woman a hoe, if you got a man, if you know the like, let's say for example, I don't know. Shout out to Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband.
Okay.
A lot of these women and stuff at the time, especially in the black culture.
Right.
Oh, I want a Sierra prayer. I want a guy to set like Russell and everything like that. Some of them like they can't find a Russell, so they might go after Russell their damn self.
Yeah.
If you know Russell has a woman, you a hoe. Because you still want that person.
Right.
So this is why when Aisha Curry came out with that comment that one time and stuff, they were like, no one shoots their shot at me.
Yeah.
We know who your husband is.
Yeah.
Only hoes will come after you.
Mm-hmm.
If a hoe come at you like, yo, I know you got a man, but I'm still trying to screw you.
He don't respect you or your man.
The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm Not Your Average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe to all of the above. All streaming platforms at Podical Sons Podcast.
You know what it is.
Podicalsons.com, the website. And you can add us, the Podical Sons, on all social media platforms possible, except OnlyFans. Stay tuned. And
say one thing.
Toes for the hoes.
Toes for the hoes.
Toes for the hoes?
Toes for the hoes.
Shit, I'm not even discriminating.
Toes for everybody?
And toes for everybody. If you want to buy foot pics, whatever, what if like you might have two quote unquote hoes that want to buy foot pics, and then you got 100 jerk off gay weird dudes or something like that just like the way how your bunions look and stuff, whatever. Fuck you, pay me. Yo.
The bunion baby. If you're a bunion baby out there, something coming for you.
That's a different name, boy. That is a different vibe and stuff. But yeah, everybody, thank you for rocking with us and stuff. You know, thank you for taking in the full episode if you do, because we enjoy it. We do make long content for you guys as well, because I realize and stuff that certain things, if I'm not into it, I'm not going to take it in.
This is true.
So I look at it where I was watching, let's say this. I'm going to tell you before I start in that topic.
Right.
But I was taking in some content, right, on YouTube from somewhere.
Okay.
Wasn't feeling it. And you and I, we got to this conversation. So it was a song. And it was like less than 3 minutes, because we talked about short content and stuff that even pertain to the music.
Right.
That's coming out and stuff, whatever, nowadays.
Right.
The 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it felt excruciating. It did feel excruciating and stuff, whatever, right? So now when I'm looking at it, I was like, I wonder if now 2 minutes, I know, or whosoever knows that this is only like, let's say less than 3 minutes of a song.
Right.
And I clicked off and stuff, whatever, for a few songs.
Right.
That's less than 3 minutes.
Right.
And then I'm asking the same people like, hi, everybody. Feel free to take it in Podical Sons Podcast. It's over an hour. If you're rocking with us to the fully, you really mess with us. You really, truly. So I really, really do appreciate you, because you're going to click X or close anytime or close out your streaming app real quick. So yeah, man. Thank you.
Especially now when people's attention span is so short, like to know that someone's going to rock with you for an hour and a half. Because sometimes, I mean, you can agree, sometimes we sit here and we don't even know when the time is flying by, because we're so into it and we're focused.
Right. But then,
so when other people, you got to understand, if other people are not like that, when they're taking in your content,
that part. Yeah.
Then it's going to seem excruciating, right?
Right. So there's but I look at it as where I think most people, this is just me, my thing and stuff, whatever. Like, I know, let's say you run a business,
right?
You want it to reach as many people possible for the business.
Right.
Now, I know specific, particular times you might tap into a niche market for whatever, like let's say if your business and stuff, I don't know, let's say your business has a thing for, you cater to everybody, all peoples and stuff.
Okay.
February comes around, Black History Month now. Do you tailor some things towards Black history for people, or do you continue doing your thing? And you have a good more people, like I'll give you an example and stuff, whatever. Cut the check anyway, come holler at me. But Nike.
Yeah.
Nike during like February or like ending of January, you're gonna get Black History Month editions and specials of type of shoes.
Okay.
The rest of the year, you're not gonna get that.
Right.
But in February, you're gonna get that. So now you're basically tailoring to a group.
Yeah.
Right? So, and this niche will be in February and stuff. And then I wanna say come around maybe March again. What's the thing for Nike? Yeah, I always know about Nike. Air Max Day. Air Max Day is like mid-March, going towards the ending of March and stuff. So I think it was like March 21st is normally the time they do like Air Max Day.
Right.
And again, social media people tend to post all their Air Maxes and stuff. Nike Air Max Day, and they do all that type of stuff. But again, February is tailored to like Black people.
Yeah.
Why do you care about Black History Month if you're Asian? Why should you care about Black History Month if you're Asian?
Right.
Especially in North America, because I look at it stuff as where you have a massive amount of people that look just like you on one portion of the world.
Yeah.
And now let's say you're Asian American or Asian Canadian, you're now on this side, you're like, oh shit, now we gotta give the Black people homage and stuff. When do we get our Asian Heritage Month? Do you know when the Asian Heritage Month is?
Did they have one?
Yeah, they do actually.
Okay, that's see, point taken.
Right.
Taken.
So I look at it as stuff as where I think, for me in general, most businesses should kind of tailor everything to kind of like cater to everybody.
Right.
Like I look at when we're talking about music and stuff, like you might have the ratchet rap. Now, I would think more the ratchet rap kind of tailors to a niche market that would understand, fuck niggas free, you know, kind of thing,
right,
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, bend that ass over, make that coochie breathe. If you don't have a coochie, what are you bending over to breathe? The asshole or your balls? Like, I don't know. Right? And other groups will say they have other items, or, we're not going to, we're not going to go there.
Not this week?
Today's going to be a peaceful day.
We going to be peaceful?
Today's going to make peaceful. Make love, not war today. But yeah, and I look at it, I'm like, when's the last time you took in content or a show that you didn't find entertaining?
Oh, that happens to me all the while, man.
Are you taking full content?
Oh no! Oh, that I didn't find. Oh, I thought you meant
that you don't find entertaining and stuff.
No,
exactly. You're in a situation and stuff now where, like, let's say you're streaming something from YouTube,
right?
You're like, this video's not hitting.
Yeah. You
might click next, or you might be off that.
Even with even with YouTube, if I'm looking up how to do certain content, as soon as I get to the point where I'm of understanding, if it's not an interesting video, I'll probably go to another video to see if I can find like similar information and see if there's like a different perspective on it. But I won't sit through that entire presentation.
Give me an example.
Like 2 days ago, I was looking for explosion effects.
Okay.
Right. So I found a couple websites that I could download a few for free. Right. And then I was like, okay, let me now go ahead and throw this into my video editor to kind of get to the point of the video that I was trying to make explode work, right? And because I haven't used VFX is the term that they use for these video effects, like a gun explosion, firing, all that stuff that doesn't happen on set, but you add them after to make it look realistic. So the software program that I'm using, I've probably been using it for the past 2 years now. That part I really haven't really delved into. So of course I jump on YouTube to see how to make it happen, because I was a little bit confused and stuff like that. And now I follow this one YouTuber for all my content in regards to like the DaVinci software that I use. But I didn't see that. I didn't see any VFX videos that he done.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just type in VFX real quick and find the content that I need.
But wait, do you subscribe to that person?
I do.
Okay, so at least you're in subscription mode. You might not take in every piece of content, but you're in subscription mode to be aware and know for a fact that majority of the time, these people and stuff will hit, or this guy will hit on the mark.
Right.
So even if not every video is catered to you or tailored to you and stuff, whatever, you do know at this times where most of the content or a good portion of the content is tailored to you.
Yes.
Subscribe to Podical Sons.
So now I'm searching and I was like, okay, I found a couple of videos, right?
Okay.
But just the way how they're presenting it and the way how they're giving the information, it just doesn't kick like my guys, right? So I was like, as soon as I get the information that I need, I was like, okay, that's like, you're boring. Move on to the next. Fine, okay, I got an idea now. Then I shut it off completely.
Okay, so let me ask you this now. When you're taking in content now, for let's say even a YouTube video, right? What are you looking for? What are you looking for and stuff with this? Like, let's say something that might be information giving, not like an entertainment value or whatever.
No, I actually like people who have like a really good, like fun personality.
Okay.
When they're giving the information, like, and that's really why I follow this dude, because like.
But you and I watch videos with like Ping Ping in them, whatever. Yeah. We don't know your name, so we're sorry. But it's those Indian guys that's in the woods building houses out of
and nothing. They say nothing.
They say not a single word. Not even not even a beep or nothing.
But I think with them, it's the ingenuity. It's the taking nothing and being able to create something from that. I think like that's like videos like that like grasp me. If you're like if you're like a professional, you got like hundreds of tools, and you're gonna tell me today in shop class we're gonna build a birdhouse. Well, I expect you to be able to build a birdhouse because you got all the proper tools and do that stuff.
Right, you have the structure.
Right, but when I see like
you have the substance, but you have the style.
Right, but when I see somebody like Peng Peng, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Walk out in the middle of the jungle with absolutely nothing in his hands.
To make an underground, like pool, swimming pool? Phenomenal.
A two-story house. Out of nothing, I'm like, no. Let me see where this is going. It's first thing in my mind.
What pissed me off is I think one episode I saw one thing, I think they built like a two-story house with like a water slide, and the motherfuckers had the nerve to find paint. They took something out of nothing and made green paint. I think they took like a part of a leaf or a tree or a branch or something, and it got like that green pigmentation.
Yeah.
And made this into like a paste and painted this shit. I was like, you're doing the most right now.
Right. It's just have a regular slide. We know it's a slide. You know, it don't have to be a green slide.
Like, no, we're gonna let you know it's green. We're gonna let you know it's popping. We're gonna let this thing dry, and then we're gonna make the water flow from this, and then the paint is not gonna run.
Even the way how they made the water flow when they did, like, they got the couple bamboos, and it's like, yo, okay, we're just gonna channel water from the river.
And that's what I'm saying.
Slowly,
it's that content. It's that content and stuff, whatever. Because I look at this stuff as where, do you, like, I want to say, well, would somebody else take in this podcast and stuff as entertainment?
Right.
Or would they take it as informative? Because if it's informative now, then I want to say the way how things are delivered, it's entertainment. So it has the style and the substance and everything, right? But I look at it stuff as like, for majority of the content that we, like, if you subscribe to us, you're going to get a general sense for everyday people, everybody.
Right.
Right? It's not tailored to, this question's for the real baby mamas out there. Like, you know, no disrespect to the baby mamas out there. But I look at it stuff as where, not somebody check, you're not really a baby mama. You're a husband, right?
I'm on the husband side.
I don't identify as a baby mama. So, that part.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the most of what we're doing, it'll probably be, the content might be colored a little bit from our background and perspective of being Black males within the society, right? Mm-hmm. So, but even with that being said, we're not talking to other Black males in society. We understand what our platform is, and we understand the information that we give can be given to everybody.
Right. Yeah. Good. Yeah. No, I just took that in consideration because even seeing it from the YouTube, like, analytical side, you know, before you had people and stuff that just probably click for like 30 seconds and then gone. And the attention span.
You're right.
Right. But then I look at it stuff is that you have people that digest the whole thing and stuff, and always looking like, at first I didn't really take it into consideration.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah. And I said it, I'm like, well, a good amount of conversation stuff is flowing and going between you and I, topics, questions, and all the above. But then to somebody else, it might be something they only click for like 5 minutes and keep it pushing, which is fine.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things, and this is what I'm a firm believer in the whole segregation thing. There's a lot of lines that are drawn. These are my attention span is shit side. Like, no, well, I want to say, let me say it better. I don't have the mental capacity to take in content like longer than like 5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
And then you have the other ones and stuff, whatever. Like, what do you mean? I'm willing to stay until I get what do you mean?
Well, further.
Right? So then there's a line that's drawn and stuff within the sand between the groups.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as where if somebody's like, you got 5 minutes. Right?
Right.
And I look at stuff as like most of the time, you're like, no, this is just the intro monologue, I guess.
Yeah.
This would be the monologue.
Yeah.
So the monologue, I just formulated a question out of nowhere.
Right.
Right. So then you're like, oh shit, well, this is just these type of things you guys are talking about, whatever. Well, stick around. It'll get saucier. And going in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. Because even with the analytics, when I look at it, our long form content still performs better than our short form content.
And that is the craziest thing to me. Because okay, so my only social media is Instagram.
Right.
All the other social medias is business.
Right.
Right. And I look at it stuff as where on Instagram, you can't produce long content.
No.
But yet and still, this short content would be, what do they call it? Remixed? Is that when they remix? So say like you make an original video and then you just want to be one of those people that don't say shit. Oh, they piss me off. They piss me off. Because they're not creating content. And I look at it as stuff as where I saw a video where, let's say, quote unquote, I was going to say crackheads, but I can say crackheads. But I'm going to be nicer today. Two substance abusers. Two substance abusers were arguing in front of a police officer.
Right.
And the original video probably had, let's say, less than 5,000 views, right?
Yeah.
Then somebody does a remix who has a popular following now.
Yeah.
And then they won't say a damn thing. The video's still playing. If you see the small ass head there, it'd be like this.
Then my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the laughing part come out, like 40,000 views. How, Sway? You didn't do nothing. You didn't do a single thing. Do not call yourself a content creator. I won't recognize you as a content creator.
No.
Because you didn't do a single thing.
Everybody did everything for you. All you did was just chose the
You
part,
just showed your face.
You just chose the part that you want.
You just showed your face.
That's it.
You just showed your face. It's just like even like when I see, I feel like most of them is women. When I see women and stuff like doing like the lip singing thing with the music.
Yeah.
Like, yours, mine. I can do this for hours. That's Money Long's song, right? It's Money Long's song bar. So, but then they just in the car lip singing the whole thing.
Yeah.
How is this content? What you do? You just put on makeup.
The I'm gonna make breakfast for my man, but she in like a Victoria's Secret outfit, frying eggs.
No, that's content for me. That's content for lonely nights. So, like smooth, watch your mouth. Like know your place, kind sir. Kind sir, please.
She's frying an egg, Marv.
She's frying the egg for everybody and stuff, whatever. Deep down the side. Sometimes you might not use the same salt and pepper, so you might need to zoom in to see some things which you probably can't really see like that, whatever. But yeah. Nah, like that's a difference for me. So, like I said, it's appreciation, much appreciation,
much appreciated,
to all those that do taking the content. All right, let's get it cracking, man.
All right.
So first poll, question of the week. First poll was: would you take an advice from an expert or from the internet? And then we had 100% said experts.
Yeah, obvious.
How do you feel?
You're lying.
Exactly.
You're lying.
Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. Oh, I'm sorry for my outbursts, but I promise you, I looked at it, whatever. I never kissed my teeth so damn hard, especially some of these people who weren't even vaccinated.
Right.
Because these are experts telling you get vaccinated.
Right.
And then they're like, nah, I saw some shit on Facebook. I saw some shit on the net. And they're not taking the advice from the expert. They're taking it from the net. Oh, the world's full of lies. No one wants to hear the truth. I'm glad you said that. Talk about it, kind sir.
No, it's exactly what you said. Like social media has replaced news for a lot of people,
And that's, let's say that's net, and that's you still have your experts out here.
You still have your experts out here, and the funny thing is that you can find some of these experts online, but they'll choose to still find like the one dude with the video playing in the background.
Bruh, I was in this thing dying one day where it's not only just the vaccine, but I remember I think it was a Acura video.
Okay.
So I was looking for something pertaining to like my car, right? And I was like, like I said, you learn everything from YouTube for me.
Yeah.
So I go on YouTube University and stuff, and then I look, and actual Acura, let's say, had a video about pertaining to I want to say how you let's say something pertaining to I want to say the starter.
Okay.
So Acura itself, they have a YouTube page, and let's say this video particular for the car and the make came up to be 12,000 views.
Right.
Now you have a dude that just works on all types of cars and stuff like that. They have these kind of body mechanics and stuff, and they specialize in like Japanese auto type of vehicles. And this boy has the same kind of video,
right?
Like I guess like it's pertaining to earlier, just through the roof. So I'm looking like, oh shit, that was helpful. So I'm scrolling down to just get like a thumbs up,
right?
And then one of the top comments and stuff is like, "God bless you, because I don't know what I'll do without you." So I'm like, I was just on Acura's page. That's like the people who make the cars, are giving you the how to, what to, and they're like, no, I need it from another person,
right?
So you're not going to the experts,
right?
You're just looking on the net, Wow, wild.
Sometimes these subject matter experts, they're not really the experts. They know a bit, they're not quite few, but sometimes you got to really go to the source, because that is where you're supposed to get all the proper information that you can.
For sure.
And again, you're like, I can see a style and substance issue, because maybe dude might be falling asleep watching the video on the Acura's channel.
I don't doubt that.
And then it comes back to this guy, and he's got the little more thing to keep you interested. But again, it's still the same information when you cut it down.
Yeah, but for me, I look at this stuff as where some people don't even go to the doctors, right? And some people will just remedy whatever the hell, or try whatever ailment they might have with home remedies they can find online, right? And I look at this stuff as where I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about I guess like saying the hair loss.
Okay.
Right? So they were talking like, they were asking, they were saying something to somebody else first, and they're like, oh, they heard rosemary oil is good to like help bring back everything, right?
Okay.
And this is actually a nurse it came from.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, I heard rosemary oil and all the above. So like, I don't know. And another person, like, they use this and it works for them.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, but my hair's still thin. I tried that and everything. So I said, have you tried dermatologists who specialize in the follicles of your hair?
Yeah.
Oh, Marvin. I was like, what do you mean, oh, Marvin? Like, yo. Like,
I mean,
everybody's remedy is not going to work for you.
Right.
If your descendants are from like this side of the world and another part of the world, and they're giving you information, let's say, quote unquote, for a Caucasian.
Okay. Yeah, but and that's it. And you go to that dermatologist who is trained to study all types of backgrounds.
They might take blood samples.
All types of,
like a what is it? I want to say like maybe a mini biopsy on the type of skin you might have.
Yeah.
And be like, you know what? This might work for you better. Like the PRP might work for you and stuff for there, or some oils might work for you, or Rollgate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your options are getting more vast coming from the experts.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm gonna Google how many oils and oils and oils and oils and oils and oils, and you're like, shit, my shit ain't growing back, but I got an oily head.
answer me this. Something like, cut the check, Ozempic,
Yeah.
right? Is it like somebody like known as a side effect that it may cause you to lose weight? Or is it just people, like, again, now, it happening to somebody and then now traveling through the social media realm as, yo, this is something to lose weight with.
Mm-hmm.
And it just catches on like that, right? Because it was never a weight loss drug.
No.
But now we have hundreds of women and men out there using it to lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what is a situation like that? Is it like a social media thing now? Is like this has now become like a weight loss medication? Because I have these I want to say probably 90% of the people who use it don't know what it's for.
I think if you actually get it from your doctor,
right,
they would explain it to you, because I'm sure as by law, they have to explain it to, or if any case, your pharmacy that you get it from has to explain it to you when you're getting over the counter. If you get it from Sharkeisha or your cousin and stuff like that, you're not going to a doctor.
Right.
And you're whoever Sharkeisha done told you that the byproduct or like the side effect would be like a minimum appetite,
Yeah.
and pertaining to those type of things. So that's just what their words are saying. But Sharkeisha isn't your expert.
Right.
Sharkeisha just realizing this and everything. She probably spoke to her doctor, but she spoke to her doctor.
Yeah.
You didn't speak to your doctor about it. If you spoke to your doctor about it, you're going to the expert.
Right.
So that's the difference between the two. Right? Because, and even in social media and stuff, a lot of people say a lot of things and stuff, whatever, right? I look at it sometimes like, smooth, this steak tastes amazing from this place.
Right.
And then now, let's say, if I was to say this stuff like on a live stream, where like I have 40,000 people watching me just eat the food, be like, yo, y'all gotta come here. Smooth, we gotta come back here, stuff like that now, whatever, right?
Right.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
Or it might work for me.
Right.
But then
for some people, it becomes gospel.
Let's say if it's some aged steak connoisseur, they look like, it's a trash-ass steakhouse. So why was this idiot out there like, what are you talking about? They don't even age the steak. They kill it. Yeah.
Bum-ass steak.
Exactly. So now, but everybody wants to go to the place because of me, because they found me on the net. They found me on social media. Yeah. But then most of
you qualify.
like the top 100 steak restaurants, this bitch is not even on the radar in like the city.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is a very powerful thing.
It is. It's a very powerful thing.
Okay. The next poll said, who handles rejection the worst between men and women? And 65% said men. How do you feel?
From my experience, I would say men, only because I think men are more verbal with the with the handling.
Really?
Yeah. So I think some women will keep it inside. Maybe tell a girlfriend or two. But nah, a man get rejected, he's telling everybody. He's cussing you out. He's cussing the person who rejected him out. And he letting them know that she ain't shit, he ain't shit, they ain't shit.
Man, so I feel like women handle rejection the worst to me. Because I look at it where that part pertain to men too, but women, I want to say this. I kind of got to generalize, but I look at it as where you have kids. Let's say boys gonna be boys, or boys might do dumb shit.
Right.
Like they might do some explore type of stuff, some dangerous type of shit, and you're like, no. They hear the word no a lot.
Right.
You have a pretty little girl. She might not hear the word no that often. Fast forward to both of them being like 18 years old now, whatever, right? This boy sees said woman and stuff. Hi, how you doing? Like that? No. Now, you might have a guy that might be like that, whatever now.
Right.
But especially in today's time where people are like, to avoid this rejection, I'm just going to go on like the dating apps.
Right.
So I don't have to take the rejection and stuff to that degree.
Right.
Right? I hear so much more about men ghosting women.
Yeah.
Than I hear about men ghosting women. About women ghosting men.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's kind of like we're already used to the no's. Now when it's all men are sassy because they're ghosting calm down. You're not always gonna have your way. This is not BK.
Yeah,
You're not always gonna have it your way.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like women, they handle rejection the worst. I've seen a woman and stuff, legit, a female friend of mine.
Okay.
I was like, oh shit. She was into a dude, right? Whatever. We went out to eat, we cracked some jokes and stuff like that.
Right.
Homie. And she looked at the dude. I'm like, yo, maybe I should try and put you on because it kind of looked like and stuff, whatever, like we together or some shit like that, whatever, right?
Right.
She's like, nah, I ain't thirsty like that. And then she's like, yo, this guy is so handsome. I got my ass up. So I was like, excuse me, kind sir. The lady would like a word with you. She finds you very...
She's not thirsty, but she wants that.
I just said, like, yo, my friend and stuff, whatever, like, she's been, looking your direction and everything like that, but you probably might think that we're together. He's like, yo, I thought that was... He's like, it was cool. I'm like, she's like a sister to me.
Yeah.
Advanced, kind sir.
Yeah.
And he looked and he just walked over to the table. They started swapping out words, and then like he got up. I stood up. I went to the side.
Right.
And then like he kind of walked away and stuff like that. But he came back towards me. He's like, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and he gave me dap and everything too.
Yeah.
And then she's like, first of all, don't try to make me into a thirsty hoe like that again. Whatever. I'm like, but y'all swapped out contacts. So I'm like, what if I'm like, you're not gonna walk up on him and stuff and asking for his number and everything, because men, or most of the time, we're used to the men courting to walking up to the women and stuff like that. Because we could probably handle rejection a lot better than women. Because if that be the case, we tell boys and girls, the world is yours and everything in it is your job to go out there and get it.
Right.
You want a house, you save your money for a house. You buy the house. You want a car, you save up your money and stuff for down payment to get the car. Why is it now, when it comes to the significant other thing, it now turns off on a woman's side? You want a bride? Go out there and go get a bride.
Right.
Go out there and get the woman that you want.
Yeah.
Do the things and stuff. And they're like, nah, I'm not going to do that because ain't nobody going to shame me. Ain't nobody going to say I'm a thirsty hoe. Rejection is very bad from women's side. From what I've seen, women can't handle rejection compared to men.
I can see that. I can see that. You explain it like that, I can see that.
Sorry, ladies. I'm back to kind Marv again.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay to, approach some of us men. We're not horrible. Some of us.
I stand by from what you want.
Yeah.
Right? I was having this conversation. I was telling somebody and stuff that I was on the subway here, and I couldn't, for the life of me, I could not remember this woman.
Okay.
Right? Now, let's say I'm on the subway in 2005. Right? I see said woman 2013.
Okay.
Almost 10 years from the time.
Yeah.
Right? I go to a barbecue, backyard boogie type of thing and stuff, whatever. Miss Scarberia too, whatever. Right?
Right.
So that's not even my neck of the woods.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just there because,
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you. It's so back in the earlier times, where would
with the subway?
Her? Yeah.
So allegedly, I say allegedly because I don't remember.
Okay.
So allegedly, I saw what she said. She saw me on the subway, and this was like when she like looked at me.
Right.
This was like Spadina Station.
Okay.
So this is Spadina Station. So still on the west.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
Still on the west.
Yeah.
If Yonge Street is the divider between east and west in Toronto, still on the west. Right. Now we're just kind of like more in the downtown area. So I'm at this barbecue and stuff, 2013 or something, 2013, 2014. I'm there minding my BI stuff. I go like, let's say, go re-up on the food or whatever case.
Right.
Set woman remembers me. Right.
Okay.
So I think back then, same thing. Like this when I had a goatee. So she's like, oh my gosh, I'm there trying to share out my food and shit like that, whatever. And she's like, hi. So I'm like, what's up? How are you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm married at this time, so I'm not even paying no attention.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, you're married. So I was like, yeah. I'm like, I am. Yeah. I'm happy. Like, I don't know what, because I don't know you, set woman.
Right.
Then now this is now where she starts to say like, I seen you on the subway and stuff like many, many years ago and everything like that. I'm like, subway? She's like, yeah. She's like, I got off at Spadina Station and I looked at you in your eye and you didn't even shoot your shot. I was like, pardon? Then I'm thinking about it. I was like, you sure it's me? Because I'm looking at her and stuff, and she's attractive.
Right.
Hell of an attractive woman.
Right.
So I'm like, me knowing me, I'm like, no, I probably would have at least shot the shot, even if you said no, because I can handle rejection. So even if you said no, Marvin can handle rejection very properly, okay?
Right.
But I didn't see this woman, but she said apparently she did. I'm like, did we have an interaction? Did you say anything? She's like, no.
No, she just looked your way.
Yes.
He can handle rejection, but he can't get a clue.
My new name is Professor X. I can read friggin' minds. So I said, boo, you didn't say anything then with her. She's like, I know if I probably did or stuff with her, maybe we'd have been married or something like that, right? So I was like, well, you see, I'm the marrying type. I don't see no ring on your finger. Whatever. She's like, wow. I was like, what have we learned? We go after what we want.
Right.
Simple.
That's it.
She's like, yeah, but I don't want to seem, again, thirsty. And I was like, oh boy. No, let's sleeping dogs lie now, because now I'm married and now you saw me again and you were afraid of rejection.
Yeah.
You could have just shot a shot.
You could have. And ladies, let me tell you, because we respect women who know what they want and go after what we want, because like Marv says, it's so rare in our lives that we see that shit happen. Bruh. So it's like when it happens, we're like, oh,
Bruh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can't tell you the amount of times I didn't see stuff, whatever. I was like, yeah, then I get in conversation with other women.
Right.
In conversation with other women, they're like, oh, if you didn't make a move on me and stuff, whatever, we probably wouldn't be here. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, I kind of liked you from way back when, but you didn't recognize me. Probably had other things in mind. Probably had a bill to pay or something like that, whatever, right? But I'm like, if you liked me or I piqued your interest and stuff first, what's up?
Say something.
Shoot your shot.
Say something.
Say something. Even to just get the feelers, because the same thing. I might put the feelers out if I'm interested in you.
Right.
If I'm interested in a woman and I don't know her and stuff, right? Most of the time my approaches would be like this. If I see a woman, I'll go up to her like, sorry to bother you and stuff, but I just find you very attractive. I don't know if you got a man or not, because I don't really see you with anybody.
Right.
And then you might get like, yeah, I got somebody. Or if I hear I got somebody, I respect that 150% more than I got one of these ones, whatever. When I get an I'm looking like, you got somebody.
Yeah.
You kind of like me.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Right.
But you don't like me enough to know that I might get shot because you got somebody already. You know what I'm saying? So I get one of those. And I even got one of, it's complicated. I was like, let me uncomplicate it for you. I'm going to go back this way. You have a nice life. Figure out, sort out your shit. I get the response where if some women who have a husband or something, like have a man or have a significant other, they're like, I'm sorry, but yeah, like, sorry about that. Keep it pushing. Cool.
Yeah.
Dap. The ones that be like, no, I don't have nobody. Cool. Because I came with a feeler question to feel out what's going on.
Right.
So if you see a dude and he has no, you stay with your wedding band on.
Yeah.
So if a woman's going to come up to you and stuff, whatever, I want to say, Jesus can't save these hoes. Don't expect you to be saving these hoes.
No, you can't.
If I'm going to call a woman a hoe, I look at it like this. On the substance or the grounds that I will call a woman a hoe, if you got a man, if you know the like, let's say for example, I don't know. Shout out to Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband.
Okay.
A lot of these women and stuff at the time, especially in the black culture.
Right.
Oh, I want a Sierra prayer. I want a guy to set like Russell and everything like that. Some of them like they can't find a Russell, so they might go after Russell their damn self.
Yeah.
If you know Russell has a woman, you a hoe.
You a hoe.
Because you still want that person.
Right.
So this is why when Aisha Curry came out with that comment that one time and stuff, they were like, no one shoots their shot at me.
Yeah.
We know who your husband is.
Yeah.
Only hoes will come after you.
Mm-hmm.
If a hoe come at you like, yo, I know you got a man, but I'm still trying to screw you.
He don't expect you or your man.
I don't know. Thoughts of a madman.
Thoughts.
All right, man. Topic top of the topics. Are you ready to start?
I'm ready.
Is Drake hip hop? You're a mean guy. Why do you laugh?
He's a thespian.
I didn't ask you if he was an actor. I asked you that a few weeks ago. Actor, musician. And you said yes, thespian. But I'm asking you, is Drake music considered hip hop?
Okay, I'll say this. To me, Drake's a pop artist. But when he does the genre of hip hop,
what makes him a pop artist?
The body of work.
Meaning
the majority of his songs will play on a top 40 or a pop station.
Okay. Most hip hop songs could.
Now.
Okay. Let's say Hot Nigga was a Billboard song.
Okay, but see, I rate Billboard a little bit different because stuff that's on like
Billboard is popular.
Stuff that's on a Billboard category,
okay,
may not play on top 40.
What do you mean?
May not play like on a top 40 radio station.
So you mean what's the top 40 radio station? Like what are the genres of music that they're using then?
Top 40 would be like
everybody. Hip hop, pop,
right.
R&B.
So then within that realm,
okay,
they're gonna play who they consider to be the best in each of those categories.
You really think is the best? Or just current?
I
don't think they curate best anymore.
I think for some radio stations, they're still going by who would be like they would consider the top dog, unless the song is like really, really undeniable popular. Then they might squeeze in two. So if you're thinking about top 40, where they're playing the best in country, the best in reggae, the best in hip hop, the best in all these other genres, they're probably not gonna oversaturate you with 3 or 4 artists in one particular genre. So let's say, okay, you know what? Let's take who we consider to be the guy or the woman in that genre. So that's why I say with hip hop is now considered popular music, no doubt about it, right?
Without a doubt.
But within some of these radio stations, again, you're still competing with the others who are kings in their realms. So I don't think Drake gets beat out by anybody else from the hip hop community when it comes to that.
I think Drake is hip hop because hip hop is pop, right? So I look at it as stuff with that aspect. And you and I, we had these conversations and stuff several times stuff about Aubrey himself, but I think this is when we were talking about the Honestly Nevermind album.
Right.
That was a dance album. Right?
Right.
And remember we were talking about that, and then Beyonce did her album and stuff for there. What Beyonce is, I want to say, and I think Beyonce was more of an R&B.
Right.
Drake is majority hip hop.
Right.
When they both did these albums, they were considered dance.
Yeah.
Dance albums, right? And I asked you, are there still like considered like, artists, or they're considered like dance artists now, or electronic artists? You're like, no. You said it. You said no. Because majority of the shit they do is this.
Right.
But I'm looking like, but now they're dancing into this world, or this is the new genre.
And see,
you said then he was hip hop.
But now when I'm thinking about it now, I wouldn't consider them dance artists, but I would consider them pop artists because they've taken their popular music and they've entered into other genres. So if you give me a whole dance album, I'm never gonna expect to go to a dance club and hear Drake the entire night, because there's gonna be other dance artists with their music playing in that club.
For sure.
Right? So then, am I gonna hear Drake? Yes, I'm gonna hear Drake because he's got some hot dance songs.
Right.
So again, it would be the popular aspect for me in that regards. I was saying, I brought up the same example with One Dance, right?
Okay.
I was saying, okay, is One Dance, do you consider that a hip hop song, or is it a reggae song, right? Because
to be honest, because WizKid is on there,
yeah,
the Kyla chick, I've never really seen or known.
Yeah.
And I never really looked into it. But because WizKid is on there,
Yeah.
I consider it more of an Afro beat.
You consider it more of an Afrobeat,
Yeah.
right? Okay. See, and that's the thing. You consider it more of an Afrobeat, right?
Mhm.
But then when you listen to Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, it's almost in the same vein.
See, and I would consider that like because that Ed Sheeran Shape of You song, it gives me no doubt Gwen Stefani ska vibes.
Right.
So because it gives me ska vibes, and because I think the foremother, Gwen Stefani, or no doubt, like, you know, from all their other stuff, I've already heard that and kind of placed that into that category where it's still popular music,
Right.
but it just has a ska vibe.
Right.
So like technically speaking, if we're breaking it down, you might want to throw that into like a ska reggae kind of thing.
Right. But you would never consider it hip hop.
No,
right? So that's what I'm
No.
saying. So when he
but
does
no one's rapping.
But right. So and
On the Shape of
okay,
You.
so and that's the other thing that I was saying. I was saying, listen, if you're going to sing 100% from beginning to end,
Yeah.
then to me it's no longer a rap song. Right? It's a pop song. If you're doing majority of that, then I can consider you a pop artist.
So if I'm like cups of the rosé, fantastic, that's not rap to you? Then that's R&B?
That's R&B.
Okay.
Okay, look at when LL Cool J did I Need Love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it, except for him delivering it,
Mhm.
was a slow song.
Mhm.
But because he rapped the words, it never got categorized as that. It was categorized as a rap song.
Yeah. So that's why, yeah. So that's why this Drake thing is true.
But that's what I'm saying. But he rapped it. Had he had sung it, it would have been an R&B song.
So okay, but Drake does a song where he's rapping the verses and then he's doing the hooks and stuff where he's singing it, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was Take Care. If you let me, here's what I do. And I've had the times that I made some mistakes.
Pop artist does
Wow.
every genres. Okay, if we put
No.
Drake and
He's
then
a
J. Cole.
businessman because I said it
No,
earlier.
and I love that. I love it 100%. I'm like, why is everybody mad? Like, I relish in the fact that he can be considered a pop artist because he's never been boxed. He's not stuck in one lane. I think that's super dope.
Finish your thought and I'm going to ask you a question. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna say like, okay, so we know we have our J. Cole's,
Okay.
right? Which I've never heard him sing on a hook. I don't know if he has songs where he sings on a hook, but I've never heard him sing on a hook. I've never heard him sing a full
apparently,
song.
man.
Apparently, okay. I've never heard him sing like a full song, right?
Okay.
So I would never categorize him as a pop artist.
Okay.
He's 100% hip hop to me.
Okay. Do you think Mos Def was hating on Drake?
No,
when
I
made
think he
the
was just
statement?
giving his opinion.
I feel like he was.
You feel like he was?
Because when I watched the full video clip,
Right.
when I watched the full video clip, at first I put it on the young lady asking the questions because I'm like, she put him on spot.
I still put on her.
She put him on spot. But at the end of the video, if you watch it again,
Right.
he even laughed and leaned in and chuckled in and stuff, whatever, at the end. So I would be slighted if anybody and stuff like you're asking, like, is the Podical Sons a shock factor podcast or is it informative, with a humor podcast, whatever,
Right.
and they're like, that's some shit you listen to when you change your kids' diapers and stuff. Then you're like, yo, that's hating, Doc. That's hating. I don't care. And I love Mos Def.
I think it was I think he was just making a slight of the comment and of this the whole question and stuff like that. Because like I said, by the time we had heard her ask him that, like that has been a question that's been going on since Dawn time. Would you like Drake the rapper or Drake the singer? What do you like better, right?
I'm not without a doubt. Without a doubt.
So by the time when he said that, because I even said when you could even say he's like, why you gonna ask me that?
Why
Like,
wouldn't you?
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you're asking this now because now you want an honest opinion. And he gave you his honest opinion.
Oh, I don't doubt the honesty and stuff within it, right?
So you just got a little too saucy with it for you?
Yeah, like he like I felt like Drake got slighted. And I still, and this is, I'm defending Aubrey.
Right.
I don't feel like Drake should address these things because, again, the dawn of time, these things have been going on and on. But I felt like when Most explained his piece, I was like, yeah, I can see it. Because I don't know if I told you, one time I was in a grocery store. Hell, I used to dance in the club and stuff, whatever, like in my earlier 20s to like friggin' like some Sean Paul or some shit, whatever, right? I heard Temperature in the grocery store. And I'm looking like, oh shit. Because back then when I was little, I mean, like, they play some music I don't even care about, whatever. But I'm like, now I'm an adult, approaching my 40s. I'm looking like, I'm hearing this shit now, the music that I rock with. Yeah. Maybe that's how the adults felt when they were, you know, when I was younger and they were my age, right? Yeah. He said it, made his point, but again, the slighted part is, like I said, at the end when he even leaned in like on the mic and everything. Because if I'm asking you a question pertaining to somebody, right? I look at this stuff, even if you ask me a question about Donald Trump, and I tell you Donald Trump is like one of the greatest comedians and everything like that, it's okay for Donald Trump to feel slighted and stuff. Oh, good. Because I would look at it stuff as like, well, Don, like, without a doubt, like, I feel like before they took away your Twitter fingers, you'll be out here just dropping mad bombs and like you know, verbal bombs and everything and stuff. And I'm looking like, yeah, that's just kind of funny, but you're the leader of a country at the time, and I don't think this is type of really cool. You should be saying these things, but you're doing it for a humor thing.
I think with the Drake, and you're right, I don't think he should have responded either, but I think he only responded is because everybody else was making such a big deal out of it. And I'm like, but Most is not the first to say this publicly.
No, he is not. But and this is why I understand the young kids, right? Because,
and I'm sorry. Okay, before you continue with that point, you said you watched the interview. Did you watch it in the entire? Okay, apart from that portion of it, like what was there anything else that was said during the interview that like resonated with you, or you know, you like, oh, I didn't know this about you, or like, you know what I mean, like
what pertained to Most Def?
Yeah, just the interview in general.
Well, no, most of the stuff I know from Most Def and everything, like in general, like from that interview, it was kind of like common knowledge. Okay, I want to say it was just kind of like she gave the definition of like the Yaz Ben. Like she was asking questions pertaining to the Yaz Ben, like his name and stuff, like that he's going by now and all that type of stuff. Because he's a podcaster and stuff too with Chappelle and Talib, right? So it was more pertaining to that. But this aspect is like pertaining to the Drake piece. Right. No, it was just it kind of whosoever probably just matched up and lined up everything and stuff. It was kind of a little bit longer. Okay. But they probably just cut and splice, like, you know, like how you do your handiwork to kind of compress it and everything. So it was still that. Okay. It was still that. I think for me, like to younger folks and stuff, whatever, I feel like they always look at stuff like the older folks and stuff are hating. Yeah. Right? And if Most would have just said his piece without the target comment, right? Just say like, oh, well, his music will be played everywhere, like how you said earlier. Yeah. Not Tarjay in particular. Yeah. I don't think Drake would really feel slighted. Right. Because it's common knowledge. Aubrey shit is popping or playing everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. But then when you're saying like Target, like you're looking at stuff as like, I've been to a few Targets. I've been to Target like recently and shit like that. And I'm looking like, I don't recall even hearing music. So I'm looking like, what? Shopping music? I'm like, but then again, I know in department stores, like, I've been into like, I was in the mall, I think.
Charlamagne said, his podcast, he said, I guess there's some other dude who made the comment before, said Walmart.
Oh, Glass and Malone.
Yeah, he said
Glass
Walmart.
And Malone.
He said Walmart.
Yeah, and I look at his stuff as, and even Glass and Malone, he took his stance on it a long time ago too. Right. I think like when the Drake and the what's his name again, Meek Mills. Yeah. When they were going at it and stuff, like he stood his piece and stuff then, and then I think Charlamagne did like call him up and stuff, whatever, and had that little verbal judo and stuff with him. But yeah, no, I still feel like Aubrey and stuff is that dude of hip hop, because I feel like, well, then do you consider Kanye hip hop?
Listen, I consider these guys hip hop, but they're pop artists. Make it no
Yeah,
doubt about it.
hip hop / pop artists.
They're to me, they're pop artists. And like I'm saying, like when I look at a J. Cole, I don't see pop artists. I see hip hop. You understand? So these are what I make the distinction with. If I can see you playing on like a top 40 or a pop station more than once, then you've crossed over that realm. You've made a lane for you.
Facts.
You've made a lane for you. Right? So I can say I can call you a pop artist. And I think one of my comments was, okay, Drake is either a hip hop artist that does pop music or a pop artist that does hip hop very well.
You said that before. Yeah, I heard you say that. Why do hip hop veterans don't respect Drake?
I don't know. And I think it's just what we consider the so-called purists that don't respect him. I think there's old school dudes that really respect him. Because what's the purist? The first time I ever heard any hip hop artist mention Drake was, I want to say 2013 or 2014.
Late.
Around there when I actually heard someone stood in front of somebody and actually hear them talking about Drake. And that was when we went to do shout out to Keisha Fresh when we went to New York to shoot her video, and we did it at Dougie Fresh's studio. And Dougie Fresh was saying, yo, this kid has got Americans shook. He is going to be a problem. He is going to be a problem. And this is, I don't know if for some of you might know Dougie Fresh, some of you may not know. He's one considered like one of the fathers of hip hop. He's an old school dude.
Him and Biz are like the beatboxing.
The beatbox guys from back in the day, right?
And Razel.
Right. So, and he is saying it, right? And he's looking at it. And I think at that time, Drake was still doing his hip hop thing. He hadn't ventured out yet, but he can foresee that this kid was going to be a superstar.
No, I think for Drake ventured out by then.
He's already out by then?
Like, I want to say maybe before the 2010s and stuff, but if you got so far gone. Because I even think that first Drake album and stuff came out in 2010-ish. That, I didn't take, I'm saying, is it Take Care? No, not Take Care. Take Care came out 2011.
2011.
Take Care came out 2011, and that was his second project, whatever. I think, Drake's first project definitely came out before the 2010s.
What would you say, okay, for Drake, what would you say would be the first song where you can say people who do not traditionally listen to hip hop started listening to Drake to say, "Oh, this is a nice song," and started tuning in with the Drake aura?
What was that? It had to be 08. With that you and you the best, you and you the best,
you the best
I ever had. That song?
Yeah.
I think from then. And then for me, the one with him, what is it? I'm gonna say not Unstoppable. I like Unstoppable too. Because at first I thought that was even MIA in the track. I'm going to be unstoppable.
Right.
Hey! With him and Weezy.
Yeah.
But the it may not be nothing to y'all. The one with him, Eminem, Drake, Weezy.
Right.
Sorry, him, Drake. Kanye,
yeah.
Drake,
yeah.
Weezy, and Eminem.
Yeah.
And that was before. That was like, 2010, 2009,
okay,
2010.
but would that have resonated with, like, let's say, okay, the Martha Stewart's of the world? Because there's Martha Stewart's gonna have her Drake songs that she loves.
What do you mean? Like, is that gonna?
So, like, what song now would you say that would resonate outside of those who? Because even with those songs, I think you would still have to.
Yeah, the you and you the best I ever had.
Best I
ever had and stuff, whatever. Because like it was like a woman kind of track.
Right.
And then the 2010, that's when he came out with the I'm more than just an option. Hey.
Yes. Okay, that song.
And that's that's like 2010. That's still before 2011, because 2011, that's when the whole headline song came out. And there's something, if it's talking to like the Martha Stewart types and stuff, whatever, like, yeah, those things, whatever. The fancies. Oh, you fancy, huh?
Right.
Because it's kind of like, well, I'm a little bougie. I'm fancy. Hair done, nails done, everything's did. You know? Yeah. I just look at stuff as where, like, again, me, my thing is stuff. I never have beef at Aubrey. I never have beef with anybody but the devil. I look at it stuff as where
I think he's a phenomenal artist.
I just think the OGs and stuff, for some odd reason, they won't give him this props. But that's what I was asking you. What is your definition of purist?
Those who just don't like you can't even sing a hook around them. So, boom bap, straight, like they don't want to hear nothing dancey about their beats. They don't want to hear nothing slightly that can lean into something else.
So Andre 3000 would be a problem to them.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's it. That's all I really want to know. Because I look at it stuff as my thing is stuff is where I think Drake is an exceptional performer.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a thing of stuff where I don't even consider myself a purist because I never wrote a rhyme before.
Right.
But I look at it where, no, I did write a rhyme. Shit, a long time ago.
There you go.
Bad attempt. Very bad attempt.
But still.
But I still.
You put pen to paper.
I did put pen to paper.
Put pen to paper.
I look at it where this guy had a moment, let's say even in the 2008, 2009, 2010, he probably put pen to paper. The minute that I heard about the
ghostwriter stuff,
the ghostwriting thing,
yeah,
he definitely got knocked out of like my top 25 for like MCs.
Okay,
right? Because the people that put pen to paper,
right?
I'm always in. Actually, I actually really do love Jay, and I actually really do love Wheezy,
right?
Because if you can formulate your thoughts by hearing the beat and find your own cadence and stuff, whatever, that's a hell of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you're writing something, then somebody plays a beat now you got to figure out, do you slow down the tempo how you spit these bars? Do you speed up the tempo how you spit these bars? Whatever, right? When you're not writing your own stuff, to me, that's always going to be on your Equifax.
Right.
I am a person and stuff that can forgive and forget, without a doubt. I look at it and stuff as where we are in these moments, or let me say this, I am in this situation and stuff where I look at it as like, damn, this track is fire, but did you pen this though?
Yeah.
Where I come from an element of hip hop where, yo, you speak on the shit you're you know?
Yeah.
Even if let's say the whole 50 Cent persona, which I don't think is a lie, let's say the whole 50% story was a lie.
Right.
He still put pen and paper and wrote it, whatever, still made you feel like, yo, this nigga got shot 9 times.
Right, yeah.
Right? And it's not like no one else is behind that but him.
Right.
But now someone else is sharing the story. Now I know we've talked about somebody else in the studio making like, yo, you should speed it up. And they get credit for the songwriting aspect and everything and stuff like that. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not into that.
Right.
I'm not into that. I need to know stuff like, did you write this or not? If somebody's like when the Fat Joe and Remy Ma lawsuit thing was going out for All the Way Up.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, like Infrared. Infrared was saying like, yeah, I was in the studio and I said the piece, but I'm all the way up. You didn't really write the song. You gave an idea.
Yeah, you gave an idea.
And I can get that.
Right.
But him not writing pen and paper and stuff, pen to paper for some of the lyrics is just always on my record and stuff for like lyrically, he's not there, but performance-wise, whatever, oh, he's there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it then. Who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT?
Yeah.
Who's the GOAT?
He's a born performer. Born performer.
I don't like how you said that with that tone, knowing you and your acting shit. Very bad. Very bad.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing in my realm. There's nothing wrong with it. Back in the day, some of the greatest entertainers did everything.
Yes, that's true thing. True saying. We don't celebrate Drake enough, or do we celebrate? Do they over celebrate Drake enough? Because if you think about it, his shows are nonstop sold out. Even when it comes to OVO Fest, we're here in GTA.
Yeah.
And the tickets get sold out. Do we celebrate Drake enough?
You know what I think it is? I think it's we've come to expect it now. I don't think I think we don't celebrate it because we expect nothing less.
Speak on that. What do you mean by that?
If Drake says he's gonna release an album next week,
Okay.
we expect it to do numbers. And when it does astronomical numbers, we're like, well, we expected it to do that. When if it was anybody else, we're like, oh shit, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we've gotten so used to Drake being great for such a long time, is that like, we tired of celebrating him now. It's like, we expect it. It's like, yo, no, I expected Drake to do that. Drake's that guy. Drake is that guy. I can't keep tooting his horn all the time. Yeah. I tooted his horn a lot.
I see what you're coming
yeah,
from.
you know what I mean? So I don't think that it's a point where, you know, nobody's not looking to celebrate him no more. I think it's just like, yo, we know. You're the GOAT.
I hope you guys don't look at me like that someday. Like, yo, like, you know, don't expect too much from me when I deliver and perform and do all of the above.
Right.
Like, yo, you should be like, oh my God, I appreciate it. Shit.
Because I mean, outside of the Beehive, does Beyonce celebrated like how she was once celebrated? What do you mean? We expect certain things from Beyonce now, right? Like she's at that pinnacle where if she drops an album and does astronomical numbers, again, we're not celebrating that because we expect to do that. While meanwhile, if somebody, you know, like she's in my mind, but I can't think of her. Like let's say Corey LeRae, right? She does something that is like what we consider Beyonce numbers.
Okay. We're
like, oh my, did you see what she just did? You know what I mean? It's a celebration for her because we're not expecting it from her.
So the king, let's say the king and the queen, whatever. Let's say like Drake and Beyonce. We've already thrown a celebration for them. We don't need to throw any more celebrations for them. Is that what it is?
No, I'm not saying that we don't need to. Mm-hmm. We still can, but it's just like I don't think it's like a shock to us no more, right? And it's like I don't think it's a shock to us no more.
But shouldn't they still be celebrated or no? Like, don't you want to be celebrated?
No, they
when you do something good?
No, they should still be celebrated, right? Yeah. But you know, if you're to ask me why it's not happening, that would be the reason to me why it's not happening. Because people are already saying to themselves, well, I expect that. I don't expect nothing less.
Are you celebrating? When was the last time you were truly celebrated? Because if that be the case and stuff, whatever, that means when you do something great, no one should really celebrate you then. Because I feel like you do a lot of great shit.
Right.
So then, but no one throws you like confetti on your, you know, and all that.
Right. But you're around me to witness me doing a lot of great things. Right.
Okay.
If 100 people now, or let's say 100,000 people,
mm-hmm.
right? Here's tomorrow's podcast, and tomorrow's podcast is something off the chains, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is this guy? Where's this guy from?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this guy's dope. They're now celebrating me, right? If I continue to do that, I'll just get bigger and I'll get bigger celebrations. But now if I'm doing that for the next 10 years,
mm-hmm.
right? Not to say that they won't have me or hold me in high regards, but the
mm-hmm.
celebration may not be as much. I don't think Joe Rogan's celebration is as much as it used to be.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't know. That's your opinion.
No,
right?
but I'm saying I don't think, right? I don't think it is as much as it used to be. Like at one point, he was all that people would talk about. Now we hear less of his name. It's not to say he's not still doing good things or he's not still doing the numbers that he's doing.
I don't know. To me, if I mention podcasts and stuff, like if I mention it's like a brand new person and stuff I meet, whatever.
Right.
And by the way, I have a podcast. Their first instinct is like, is it more like a Joe Rogan thing? So I feel like them saying that you're celebrating, you're now throwing him into king seat.
He's the bar, right?
Yeah.
They look at him as the bar, right?
Yeah, but you're better off skydiving to try and get that bar than in case else.
But I'm saying that in regular everyday conversations, they're probably not like gonna be like, oh, well, Joe Rogan did this, Joe Rogan did that. But at one point, there was people who didn't know who he was when he was that guy. So now everybody's like, oh, who's this Joe Rogan guy, right? And now they're talking, and, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. Who's that? They're celebrating him to a certain extent there, more than they would, right? He's being talked about more than he would. But now he's like, it's like when you become a household name. It's not to say that you're not still doing anything good or anything great, but you're there. People recognize you for who you are. People recognize you for your greatness. So you're not probably being mentioned in the same conversations as before, right? You're there, but you're probably not being mentioned in the same conversations as before.
I don't mind being celebrated. I look at it stuff as where I don't do enough celebration for my damn self.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff as like, if you're celebrating and stuff, then yeah. And I just always feel a type of way when we look at certain people where we just expect things. Because I feel that's where we'll always go wrong with.
Right.
Like I look at it stuff as like, yo, I expect you to be in top condition to record and stuff like that. You might have a mental day.
Right.
The mental day might come in and stuff whatever on the day that you want to record.
And that's the pressures that comes with being that guy. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, like even like when
person.
Simone Biles and them, they kind of opted out from the Olympics. What's her Naomi Osaka from the tennis and stuff like that, whatever. Like, yo, you're expected to be this great performer or to perform, but yo, you're human. Like, yo, you have these moments and stuff, whatever. So it's kind of like, okay, so I don't perform, or I don't perform to your expectations now, whatever.
You're a human.
Are you not going to celebrate me?
You're human. You know you're human, but to everybody else, you're in a different stratosphere. So they're expecting things from me. Like I said, if Drake,
would you want that expectation and stuff on you? That people just expect you to be great. So then, therefore, if you do a regular type of episode of a podcast, and they come at you and stuff with hands and nails, you're like, yo, what the fuck? You didn't hold it down, Marv. I guess, quote unquote, Marv flamed you on the episode, or you weren't doing your piece. Would you still like that feeling?
You know what? I probably look at it and take it as a challenge, because every time every time I go out, and I think it's just, I think that's like a natural thing with entertainers, right? When we're doing this, we're entertaining, right? Okay. Yes, we do it because we love it, right? Mm-hmm. But we like to bring our point of view to the masses. So there's people out there we're doing it for, right? Right. So when we're doing it for, we of course we want to be celebrated for what we're doing, right? And of course we'll feel a way if we don't live up to the expectation of what we put forward, right? But you're not always going to hit the mark, and we have to, as entertainers, understand that, right?
For sure.
We're not always going to hit the mark.
But what about the consumers? The consumers have to know this too.
The consumers should know that, but at the end of the day, they're consuming the product and they're going to say whatever. Some of them, you'll have the down ass ones that are saying, nah, he just had an off day. Go listen to this episode, yo, they're the deal. I'm telling you, they're the deal. Don't make this one be a benchmark. They're the deal, right? And that's how you just have to go about it or think about it.
Okay. Let's talk about, does Lil Nas X think that the world doesn't know he's gay? I just honestly want to know,
Is he a little too flamboyant? A little too flamboyant?
No, I'm just asking. Like, does he think the world doesn't think that he's gay? Like, I feel like my thing and stuff is, we know Lil Nas X to be this gay rapper. The Old Town Road thing was probably, like, say, kind of questionable. Once you found out he was gay and stuff, whatever, ride till you can't ride no more, had a different kind of meaning to it, whatever, right? Yeah. To the lap dancing the devil and all that type of stuff, like, I feel like we know. You don't really have to parade it. Right. Like, I think most of the things he does now is for, like, shock value.
I was gonna say, to me, that's what it comes off to me.
But we ran out of shock value. Like, is there anything in this world that still shocks you? There's aliens in Miami. Like, yo, like,
nothing in the world that still shocks me, but because of the shock value, like, we know what he's capable of, and we know how far he's willing to push it, right? Mm-hmm. And just the fact that so many people knowing that still talked about this song that he put out, still said, it's still something controversial about it. But he's a controversial person. So how are we here? So I'm thinking, there's something still about that shock value. There's something still about pushing people's buttons that people will react to.
Religion constantly. Like I look at, people might even look at me a type of way, the way I speak about religion, but when I speak about religion, it's just openly, even according to the Bible.
Right.
Right. And even just according to the world. Like if I don't know about, let's say, the Jewish community and stuff and their religious aspect and stuff, I'm going to ask questions and stuff for something I don't know. Cause I'm really really and truly trying to learn about it.
Right.
If I know what I know and stuff pertaining to certain type of things, I'm not really going to ask questions I already know the answers to.
Right.
Right. But religion is always a topic, like sex, race, religion, finance. Those are still taboos and stuff to certain people. Right. But I look at it stuff as where this is a back then type of ideology, what I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
Like now, if being gay was taboo in the past, there's gay couples doing Campbell Soup commercials.
Right.
There's lesbians kissing each other on Gums commercials and stuff like that now, right? Like I said, there's wars popping off in like multiple places and stuff there, and there's like still pre-wars brewing. They just stopped giving a fuck during the pandemic, telling you all types of alien shit. They showed you an alien last year.
Right.
What's there to shock you? What's there to shock you? The things that he does and stuff. And if he's talking about religion and stuff, I was like, okay, he's entitled to have his opinion and stuff, but their beef and stuff that he said that he is baptized or he's walking a new path.
Right.
I guess since quote unquote last year, then you come with J. Christ. I mean, how you know it wasn't John Christ? Why you assume it was Jesus?
Right.
The song's called J. Christ.
Right.
And I mean, you had the little Moses flood moment in the video until they start dancing on top of the water or whatever, right? Like
that video.
That's Naruto. That's ninjutsu.
That video's wild. That video is wild.
Why is it wild to you? Let me ask. Tell me why you think the video is wild.
Because it's just like you're saying, he's taking all the tropes and all the stories from the Bible, and he's mixing what the Bible speaks against, hedonism. He's mixing up with it. So it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna get 100% a reaction when I see like,
yeah, he had an issue campaign and stuff. Whatever. I think I think he did a live stream talking about he apologized to people that he might have offended. But I was like,
I've seen a bit of that.
I don't really take it as an apology because you knew from artwork time and storyboarding time that this is the vision route you were going to go. And he said, I knew it was going to ruffle some feathers. I'm like, this is the reaction.
Right. So why are you apologizing for it now?
Right. Because I look at it stuff as where I can do a foot sweep. Remember that old school foot sweep thing? You walk behind a person, you just kind of hook their foot?
Right, yeah.
I can do a foot sweep thing and stuff, whatever.
Shout out to Duplessis. I've seen a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. I do a foot sweep type of situation. And then when I do that now, they were looking at something like, oh, I see how you want to play. You might shove me. I might do it to somebody else. They might take a chair and bust my head.
Right.
You can't tell somebody how to react. Right? So I look at it as if you know you're doing something that might invoke a reaction and stuff from somebody, this comes with the consequences.
Yeah.
So what happens to you and stuff. There's no reason for you to go issue an apology campaign. You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing.
Right.
Right? Because I look at it stuff as where we always said that public apologies and stuff really don't mean shit now. So I just look at it like, hey, we can just live. But who's more gayer? Lil Nas X or RuPaul?
I'm gonna have to go with Nas X. I think he's
really?
I think he's taking the trophy from RuPaul.
The godmother of drag.
The godmother of drag.
Lil Nas X ain't married yet. RuPaul's married. Yo, to a man.
Yeah, I know.
RuPaul's been doing this like before he was born.
I know.
And Lil Nas X is still more gayer.
Lil Nas X is still more gay. I think it's the flamboyantness of Nas X that just makes
But RuPaul is flamboyant.
Yeah, he is flamboyant. Nas X is flamboyant.
I don't know. Between the two.
Yeah.
between the two and stuff, and I see where you're coming from and stuff, because I think Lil Nas, but I think only because it's been thrown and catapulted in our face because this is where the world is and stuff now.
Right.
I think if RuPaul came out at this time, RuPaul beat the shit. RuPaul had him beat like straight. I still feel like the credibility and stuff is still there for RuPaul, because I feel like I feel like if you're watching even the Drag Race thing, you're gonna know RuPaul is gay. I think at certain times when I see Lil Nas X, or maybe like even like when, we're watching the Chappelle thing.
Right.
And the Chappelle special, Lil Nas X had like jeans, Jordans, hair braided. I didn't know he was gay.
Right.
You can't tell but from like that imagery and stuff. So I look at it stuff as like, it's uncanny with RuPaul is more open to me. Lil Nas X on settings, he'll do things for shock value.
Yeah.
So it's a gimmick. So I just feel like, I don't even know if somebody said he is gay. Like they say he's a power bottom. And so I look at it as like, they said you can tell by looking at him. I can't.
If you're out in public and you don't want to draw the attention to you, then you would tone it down. I think that might have been a situation where with the whole Dave Chappelle when he came to the show. Yeah. I don't think maybe he didn't want to draw the attention to him. Mm-hmm. So every day.
So you think Lil Nas X every time besides that?
No, majority of the time? But I'm saying like if he's in his setting, he's going to be his flamboyant self.
Why not be your true setting? Be your true self on every setting.
What I'm saying, if you're trying to be low key and not draw attention to yourself, then you're probably gonna tone it down.
But some people just naturally like some people just naturally like do this shit. Like I want to say attention. Say if you're a person like I know like. Let's say I know a woman. Right. She's dark skinned, but she loves blonde hair. Okay. Right? So like, and she has her hair cut short, it's gonna be blonde. Like sponged out blonde. Yeah. And if not, she might have like a shorter, like a blonde Mary J. Blige, no more drama kind of wig. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just her thing. Yeah. That's just naturally her. You're gonna see her with this blonde hair, period. It's not natural. Right. She can't grow natural blonde hair, but this is just her color. That's her thing. So that's what I'm saying. If you're naturally Lil Nas X and you're naturally super gay, right? Yeah. Why are you toning it down even for a Chappelle type of thing?
No, well, you tone it down because maybe you don't want to draw the attention to you, is what I'm saying. Like,
but it's not your comedy show, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly. It's not your comedy show.
I'm there to see Chappelle. So if you're like, oh shit, Lil Nas X up in a lime green bikini with a green wig on and stuff, yeah. And that's gonna avert my attention right back to Chappelle if I'm watching it.
Not everybody's like that though. I mean, like not everybody's like that. A lot of people are just gonna spot him out being flamboyant and be like, oh my gosh, it's him. And then he's gonna draw attention to himself. And a lot of people don't want to draw attention to themselves. So they'll get out of character. Right? And not to do it. Okay. I'll ask you this before we move on. Do you think the shock value is making up for the music? Because maybe he feels like,
of course,
he's not doing it to the point where it has merit on its own.
Of course, this gimmick. Yeah, everything Lil Nas X is for me is gimmick. Yeah, Old Town Road and stuff was probably like a different kind of hit because I feel like he was still trying to find a style and a format. Right, and then once that blew up, and now you know at least the name. I think he had a song like, was it Panini Press or Panini or Pan I swear it's song Panini. It's called Panini. Yeah. That wasn't it. Yeah. For me. Yeah. It wasn't it. Right. So now everything he has to do now is more shock value, kind of like the industry baby track with Jack Harlow. Right. The song by itself to me is mid. Right. The video now, he's naked, and Lego blocks over sausage, and he dancing in prison and everything like that. Shock value. Right. It's gimmick. Yeah. It's gimmick for me. Like his lyrics are not it for me.
Because the reason why I say that is because Coffee. When Coffee first came out, no one knew she was a lesbian. Right. Right. When she revealed that she was a lesbian, she did not change one bit from how she came out. But yet, she's standing on her music. The music is good, so people still love her for the music. Right. Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's like with Lil Nas X, it's like, but I don't know if you're not doing all of this stuff, extra stuff, if people are gonna be if you're gonna still be around.
Yeah, the quality music and stuff is, to me, not there. I think, because even, what was it, the Montero track? The Call Me By Your Name?
Yeah.
He's like, I want to shoot in your face. I was like, pardon? I was like, yo, these lyrics is not what I participate in, whatever, right? So, but I'm like, yeah, it's not hitting me.
Right.
Lyrics not getting me. But I look at it as where he sets a mold, sets a trend for most of the masses. And if he dictates the win for, I guess, his purpose, for like, my goal is to get you to watch the video,
Right.
he's won.
He's won.
Do I need you to digest all the material, the content and stuff, or like put in your favorites and your likes and your top playlists and stuff, whatever? I don't think so. But I think he's realizing stuff to like, okay, maybe this may not be it, so I'll just drop when I drop and do what I do. And like what Chappelle said, he's just trying to be the gayest dude out here alive. I ask you, let's get to the question of the week. Question of the week says, what expression, quote, phrase, line describes you the best? Think about the Associated Sons.
Yeah.
Add those into your repertoire and stuff like that. What sticks out to you the most that describes you? Like I remember I met a woman one time and she said, I asked her a question similar to it and she said, you play with fire, you're going to get burnt. So I'm like, I don't know if this is a gonorrhea reference or you're a pyromaniac or you're just that volatile and stuff, whatever. Like, don't play with me. She's like, don't play with me, play with your penis. That's what she said. So I was like, yes, play with fire, you're going to get burnt. What expression, quote, phrase, or line describes you the best?
I don't know if it describes me the best, but I've always liked the phrase.
No, we need the one that describes you.
Well, then I would still go with this one.
Okay.
Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
It takes a lick, so you take a licking and keep on ticking?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not that resilient. Some hits and stuff that might hurt more than others.
Right.
Or I might have to sit myself on the sideline. I think for me, act dumb to fool the wise. It's always been a staple to me.
Yeah.
It's always been a staple because I've always, keep it a buck, I don't mind being the background character in the room with the stats up to 99. That's why I look at it stuff as. So I look at it as where constantly I'll find ways to level up myself, make myself better than what I was before.
Right.
But a lot of people don't like seeing that.
No.
Because your reflection, like towards their, I want to say their insignificance. A lot of times you being you doing you is a problem to other people.
Right.
Because they're looking like, I don't understand. We're about the same age or we're probably doing the same thing. Why you got it so damn good? Well, you grit and grind. You have steps, and you have like records
Right.
to prove you earned your keep. But a lot of people don't like to see that. So my thing and stuff is that, like, for me, yeah, I'll play the idiot.
Yeah.
I'll play the fool. I'll sit behind because I know I'm still getting shit done. I don't need validation from people. So I think that's why my thing is stuff that I'll always act dumb.
Right.
To fool the wise and stuff for that. Like, if you look at me and stuff, people won't know, like, what I might do for a living. And I like it like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you can really tell and stuff, whatever, I'm like, then you're going to put me in a category, like, even if you're going to wear a doctor.
As I was about to say, like the people who you got to put their designations after their name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because some people and stuff, like, if I know, like, a doctor, I have a doctor in mind.
Yeah.
And if you see him, he ain't shit without the designation. And I can say that 10 toes and I can say it into his face.
Right.
Because him and I, we've gotten to things and stuff, whatever, before. And I told him stuff, I'm like, they glorify you because you got the doctor designation and stuff in front of you. You still don't know shit. Right. I said it to him point blank.
Right.
Right? Just like that. And he complained. He's like, oh, this guy, like, he needs to know his place and everything like that. I'm like, no, I know my shit. I know my material.
Yeah.
I know what I need to know for the job.
Right.
But I'm like, to me, he's a lame ass dude.
Right.
He's a duck ass loser.
Yeah.
But the designation of doctor, whoo! They might even take this clip to be like, this guy here disrespecting doctors. If you know what I know and you see the person I'm talking about, you'll probably say the same. So, but yeah, act dumb to fool the wise, always been a staple and stuff, whatever. Because my mom always told me and stuff like, no one likes a know-it-all. She's like, no one likes a know-it-all.
No.
So, for me, myself personally, I heard one of my boys say it the day I was talking to him. He's like, I keep a lot of fun random facts and stuff, whatever. I was like, I feel like a lot of people do. But I'm like, my brain just won't shed some of these things.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like just go in like, oh, I don't even say I might need to know it one day, but just go in and stuff and then pop up and like, yeah, I heard blah, blah, blah. Or I already knew this from at this time. I've already acquired the knowledge and just kept it pushing.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you now speak about some things, like I look at, there might be somebody like watching this or listening to this stuff like, these motherfuckers think they know it all. No, I do not. I am a student of the world. I am a maven. I acquire knowledge. I like to acquire knowledge, and I don't mind sharing it to help and benefit the world.
And we're the first to tell you we don't know. We'll go find out and come back with an answer.
Yeah. Straight like that.
We ain't gonna tell you. We're not gonna sit here and bullshit it.
Straight like that. Let's get to the rest of the last. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
First Ask the Sun says, it's from Rain on Me. What's some common advice that is actually terrible?
Common advice that's actually terrible?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say this is actually terrible, but I think it works in a situation of who the person is, and that's you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
That's terrible.
I think for some people it is. I think I think if you know what you're born to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to get to where you need to go, it's resource filled, then you're not gonna get to there if you don't focus your attention and put your resources into it 100% to make it pop. And I look at people like, and sometimes it may not even be yourself who sees it. Sometimes it may be somebody who says, okay, this is what you need to do. And then they put the resources into you and they make sure you get all the proper guidance that you get. Like the Williams sisters, they've been playing tennis since
kids,
mm-hmm. Right? Gretzky, he's been playing tennis from like
hockey.
Hockey from he was like kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson, he's been performing from he's like a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
For them to get to where they were, it was somebody behind them putting all their resources in that basket.
Oh, nice. I felt that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like, no, if it's something that your mind is set on, and you have the talent or you have the potential. That the other day we spoke about potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't act upon their potential because I'm gonna have to go do this now. I'm gonna have to go. Oh, I have a potential to be a doctor, but I don't want to do all the studying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't want to spend all the money to go to doctor school. No, if that is your basket,
mm-hmm.
then throw as much eggs as you possibly can. Teeth a few eggs if you have to.
I feel that. I think for me, the expression that came to mind when I'm looking at the question, ignore the bullies. Because when they always say like ignore the bullies and stuff like there's always going to be bullies. You need to stand up to the bullies. Yeah. You need to deal with the bullies. Because eventually, if you don't deal with the bullies now, eventually later, you might have to deal with the bullies and stuff later.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like experience. If you've experienced something the first time, you already know how to deal with it like other times coming back around.
Right.
You're a virgin. You never had sex before, right? So you don't have that experience. Now you have the experience, you have the feeling, you kind of know like, okay, you feel a little tingle, this time when the little white stuff come out, the party might be over.
Right.
Right? You have this experience now, whatever. Now you probably start pacing yourself. You're probably like when you're getting close and you don't want the party to end,
Yeah.
You react and move different because you've experienced something. A lot of times with the bullies, if they're not dealing with the bullies, like as soon as like they kind of arise or speak up to them or stand up for themselves,
Yeah.
they're gonna get a bully at their job as an adult, or they're gonna run into a bully somewhere else. And it might indicate that like, oh, I don't need to deal with it because they don't interact in my day-to-day life. But the experience that you could have got by dealing with those bullies would probably even help you even better than you think.
I'm gonna tap into that the same thing that you said with another expression that we always heard, and that was terrible. Let's turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
You only got one more cheek left. You gonna let that cheek get slapped too?
Facts. Straight like that. Bad advice. We don't give bad advice here.
No.
Bad jokes every now and then.
Every now
and then bad jokes. Shooters gonna shoot. Next question comes from Luscious Pig. What is the most common hygiene mistake that people make? I feel people don't wash hand washing is like it was always a big thing in my household.
Yeah.
When I grew up. Because my mom always just said that, kids are freaking dirty.
Yeah.
And she's like, yo, go wash your hands and stuff. When I was younger, I used to come in. I used to like, he's always tripping. But then legit, when I'm washing my hands, I see all the dirt just kind of roll down into the sink.
Off, yeah.
I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of took it like harder and stuff then. So when the pandemic came around, this is something I was already doing. Pandemic is over for a lot of people. They're not washing hands anymore.
They went back to
regular scheduled program.
They went back to regular schedule program.
That and oral care. Like I remember oral care too as well. Like I remember I was telling you about with the whole regimen between like for oral care.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to like you could rinse with tap water, floss, so rinse, floss, then brush, spit. You don't swish no water in your mouth.
Right.
Because you're washing off everything that the toothpaste and stuff had to do.
Right.
And the fluoride and most of the taps and stuff, and as much as even like when you're further away from like aquifer,
yeah,
they have too much additives like soft water or water softeners and all that type of things and stuff like that. So now you're adding all of this to your mouth and it's aging your teeth.
Mm.
So it's just legit. You brush, you're supposed to spit and then use mouthwash and stuff, whatever, swill and spit, and then that's it. Let that marinate for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
When I was talking to the dental hygienist, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers need a commercial. People don't know this shit, whatever. And they're like,
know that.
My dental hygienist is like, no, we don't. We need you to come in here. So we tell you, we make money when you come in here. And I was like, touche. And she gave me that. Yeah. And she gave me that. I was like, I'm not mad at that, whatever. So I was like, for the folks that don't know, or the folks that don't have access and stuff, whatever, yo, Google how you should really care your teeth. Or speak to an expert. Don't look at this, Google it. Speak to an expert.
I was gonna say, the same oral hygiene. A lot of people, when they brush their teeth, they don't brush their tongue.
See? Do a lot of shit wrong.
I'm like, no, your tongue traps a lot of bacteria.
I see somebody with like some like icy white tongue. I was like, damn. What's whiter? Your tongue on my t-shirt. Whatever. I was like, shit. You don't scrub that thing? Okay. Last one comes from Camel Joe. Camel Joe 1. Sorry, Camel Joe 1. What is a line that you would never cross? North Korea. Just joking. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. North Korea without Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman, you're having the time of your life.
Oh, yo, hell yeah. I'm going with Rodman. Yeah, what's the line? No, you know what? Infidelity. Infidelity for me. I've never cheated. I don't think there's like, shout out to Mace. I think Mace kind of put the kind of ideology in my head, including my mom and stuff like that too.
Right.
My mom's main thing and stuff. She's like, yo, if you're single, live it the hell up. Enjoy the time and stuff, whatever. She's like, God bless my mom. But she's like, yo, some gal forget fuck. That's what she said. My mother said this. She's like, yo, some gal.
Mom out here quoting Bounty Killer.
Yo. My mom's like, yo, some gal forget fuck. She's like, it's all right. She's like, sometimes I might nominate you for the job, and I'm not mad at that. Right? But she's like, please make sure you wear protection.
Right.
Pertaining to infidelity, my mom and stuff is like, there's so many, and she always used the reference of the fish in the sea thing.
Yeah.
She's like, how do you want to capture a fish, use it as a trophy, and then go right back in and go fish for another trophy? She's like, yo. She's like, nah. If there's so many fish in the sea, release that one and go get the trophy one that you want.
Right.
You shouldn't be holding up the line for anybody because this person might have pure intention stuff on you. And as much as she's like, would you like it if somebody was to cheat on me?
Right.
How would you feel and stuff if like you found that like, you know, somebody cheated on me and stuff with her, or your sisters or your nieces? Would you stand for that? And if you're looking like you don't give a fuck, whatever, then like clearly infidelity is a line you have no problem crossing. About you?
Never going after somebody who's either with my homie or been with my homie.
What do you mean by that? That's a line you went across?
Yeah, I would never sleep with my homie's girl.
So your friend slept with a woman 18 years old. You're single, you run into the woman at 40 years old.
Yeah, no.
You're not fucking?
I don't want her.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to what you're saying. Like there's plenty of fish in the sea. Even if me and my boy are not like that anymore,
mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to have anything that can cause any sort of animosity between us.
So even if you don't talk to him now?
Even if I don't talk to him now, I don't want him to be like, oh, that nigga he always wanted something from me. Look, 20, 30 years passed by, he's still trying to get to you. I mean, he's still trying to hit something that I already hit. Nah.
Yeah, you know, to me, I always counted that as more the dirty macking thing.
Right.
Because I look at
100.
it stuff as like, you were waiting for your turn. Or you were plotting.
Yeah.
You were plotting this stuff this whole time. So now you finally got the opportunity and stuff. Like, and the thing that sticks out in my head was with Safari. Nicki Minaj and Safari came up, and then you see a photo of her, him, and Meek Mills. And then Meek Mills end up being, you know?
Yeah.
So I was looking like, yikes. You know, they're not all your friends.
No.
Yeah. We are here. Hit them with Associated Sons, send them on their way. Bless their week. Associated Sons this week says, sometimes you need sympathy instead of solutions for your imperfections.
Associated Sons.
I've learned over a period of, like, I'm going to say, probably the course of 2 years, not everybody wants solutions. Because you offer solutions, and if they don't use it, then that means they never really want a solution.
Right.
They wanted the sympathy.
Right.
I realize and stuff, I don't have the sympathy for everybody like I used to. I'm empathetic.
Okay.
But I don't have the sympathy and stuff for you to say, I'm going to sit down and just hear your pity story. Or even like, what did you say the other day to me? It's a soliloquy.
Your soliloquy?
Yeah, I'm not here to hear your sob story and stuff like that. Not everybody has the time for your sob story. So if you want to vent, I suggest you to look at your significant others or a shrink or a therapist.
Right.
Because I look at it as like your significant other, they got to get the grunt.
Yeah.
They got to get the grunt. Be like, you don't understand. This is my day. If you're significant other, they got to shut the fuck up. They're not looking for solutions though.
That's the worst that they agreed to take.
Yeah, they're not looking for solutions.
No, they're not.
They're looking for your sympathy. They want you to hear them and their soliloquy and their
right.
and their complaints.
You might give them a solution that might piss them off even more.
Correct. So sometimes you need sympathy instead of solutions for your imperfections.
So the Sons.
We are here. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you that you all for still rocking with us to the end of the show. Long content, baby.
Long content.
Long content will come back. Remember, we're still here. You can access it. Long content now is on demand at PodicalSons.com. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.